Hello. Thought I'd just get to this right away. Before I start, just to give you guys a heads up, spoiler warning. I saw the new FNAF movie. If you haven't seen it, and if you don't want anything spoiled, go ahead and just click off this video and then come back once you're watching it. But I'm trying to make this 10 minutes or less. Get right on into it. Um, it was something, and what I mean by that is it was very. I very much liked it. I probably give it like a solid 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and that's just my personal opinion on it because they did switch some stuff, and the stuff they switched to me, I guess, not all of it, but some of it actually makes to me and actually makes it easier to understand the story within the cinematic universe. Kind of like how you have like the Marvel cinematic universe and you have comic book like the continuity. This makes it a lot easier to understand stuff, and I probably understand that a lot of people will be upset that it's like different than what they remember growing up, or it's different than what they saw before the movies. But I feel like that's should be like warranted with some stuff because the fact of the matter is that they had to change stuff. I believe they did this to make the like movie flow better, and it's it's just overall like the whole movie, getting right on into it, I guess, is like one of the big things that for me, um, I guess without spoiling too much, guys, I should say, it just there's a character in the movie that really just pissed me off during the whole movie. The way they talked, the way they went about everything, just overall that character for the whole movie, and I mean the entirety of them, just pissed me off. And I don't know if that's how they're writing that character, how they wanted that character to be perceived, but like I just could not stand that character. It's not in the sense of, oh, the actor was acting that way. No, like it genuinely felt like they were trying to make you feel bad for this character. And I just couldn't. I genuinely could not find any sympathy at all because the way that they went about things throughout the movie, the way they talked to other people, thought to themselves, great idea. You're just not making sense at all. Um, they did, like I said, switch some continuity things that I kind of liked, but at the same time, it was kind of a weird. How do I explain it? It was a weird thing to go off of because there is a character that gets introduced that I feel like they could have just saved for the or like towards the end as like, ooh, big reveal, big shocker kind of thing. But like, I don't know. It seems like so far both movies play into they just want to know who like the bad guys are in this because there's like no secrecy, there's no hiding the emotions, there's no trying to play yourself down. They just come in, and just by looking at them and the way they're acting and talking, you're like, yeah, this guy's weird. And you're just like, oh, that's why he's weird because that's the thing, you know. It's just I don't know. Like I said, I gave it a solid 7 out of 10. And the more I talk about it, it probably will stay a 7 out of 10. Probably won't be an 8. The costume designs, by far, probably the best looking designs of costumes. Like Bloomhouse has crushed it with the first one. They crushed it with the second one. The way everything moves around, the way everything like they like even the I don't know how to explain this more than the sounds. Like the sounds are really cool. So, like for example, if the let's say an animatronic is like broken down or withered, you can hear it sounding like rust moving. It's not moving as fast. Do like it's really cool. Um, there is a flashback sequence. Obviously, seeing the trailers, there is a thing in the trailers. Spoilers again, obviously, where you hear the spring lock suit and how you hear it like ticking, where it's like tick 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 tick, tick as someone's moving in it as it's about. Super cool. Sound overall was very very prominent. I really enjoyed it. The music build up to just everything that happens in it. The voice acting from the new animatronics, I actually really enjoyed. I thought it was gonna be goofier personally, but I genuinely enjoyed the way the voices in the movie. And one of them did take me by surprise. Toy Freddy's voice took me by surprise and sounds very, very familiar. And I'm pretty sure I know who that person might be, but I want to double check before I just say something not even remotely close to true. But like I said, overall, 7 out of 10. Probably would watch it again because it's genuinely like it's a good watch. It's entertaining. What it is. They really did up the scare factor on it. Like there's a character who just genuinely creeped me out entire, and I mean the entire movie. Whenever they are on, whenever they're talking, moving, anything with any, just feeling my. Oh, if you haven't noticed, I knew. I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I knew. Can't see the bottom, but I didn't want to get too distracted. You guys know me; I always like wear letters when you see videos. But a new movie, like I said, was something. Did get kind of confusing, not in the sense of I don't know what's going on, oh I don't know who this person is. No, it to me it got confusing in the aspect of the story had some weird directions towards it, and there was some clarification that me and my friend talked about afterwards, where there's some continuity that I believe they changed, if not clarified, maybe because for some of you don't know the first 5 kids in Five Nights at Freddy's in the like games were the first victims, the first 5 victims. Golden Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and what's your pirate name? Foxy. But it's kind of interesting because in the second game, you have the toy animatronics, and I always thought, so to put this in perspective, make this easy. You have the first kids, right? This is part 1 of Five Nights at Freddy's. Then you have toy animatronics. Now, what I thought happened is the ones you see in the first game, obviously, because the first game comes after the second game, because the second is a prequel. I thought the kids in the first game were the remnants of the toy ones and the original prototypes you see that are withered. Like Bonnie missing their face, Chica's jaws like elongated. So the original 5, I do believe, were in the second game, and they were the ones that were the withered. And I still to this day don't know if the toy ones were haunted or if they were taken excuse me, haunted, or if their AI was manipulated because of the kids in the first one, or the first 5 kids, the original kids were messing with them. Because if I'm not mistaken, I know there's the original 5 kids, but I could have swore that there was another 5 kids that William went after, and that was the toy ones. I might be wrong there, but then, like I said, after the toy ones are taken down and dismantled, their parts are put back to the original prototypes, the first game. And the reason that got confused me, or the reason that was confusing, is because I thought these ones in the first game were the ones you originally saw. But in the movie, what they said, these first ones you see are prototypes. They have nothing to do with these ones that you see in the first. I'm like, that's interesting. But like overall, I wanted to make it a quick little video. Tried not to spoil too much for people. I said if there was spoilers here, but even still, I'm trying not to spoil too much for people who also watched it because maybe they saw something different. There was a lot of cool Easter eggs. Like the little Freddy that like har, that was funny. A certain individual shows up, Shadow Bonnie shows up, and that was pretty cool. A lot of stuff was really, but give it a watch. Like I said, it's genuinely entertaining. There is some kind of weird dialogue from time to time in the movie, but overall, like I said, 7 out of 10. I would change some stuff, but it's only because it just feels like there's some scenes that just feel like something's gonna happen, or oh, that looks really conspicuously right there. But like I said, overall, very much enjoyed it. Give it a watch, and comment down below if you saw it. Just give me a rating. Don't ruin anything for anybody. Just give me a rating out of it. Mine's 7 out of 10, and see you guys later.